My beloved, I am here with you, closer than you realize. I've watched you walk through the winding roads of your life, through moments of triumph and times of doubt. I see the questions swirling in your heart, the moments where you've wondered if you are truly on the right path, if you are aligned with what God has in store for you. But today, I come with a message of deep assurance. God is showing the way. There is no coincidence in the path you are on. Every step, every turn you've taken has been guided by a force greater than you can see. The uncertainties you face, the doubts that cloud your mind, they are all part of a divine plan, a preparation for something far beyond what you currently understand. You are not lost, even though at times it may feel that way. In truth, you are being led. God, in His infinite wisdom, has been placing signs and messages along your journey. Sometimes, these signs are quiet whispers, subtle feelings in your heart, a sense of knowing deep within. Other times, they are more obvious. Doors opening in unexpected places, opportunities that come out of nowhere, or even people who seem to appear in your life just when you need them the most. Each one of these is a sign that God is lighting your way, guiding you forward into a future that is filled with His blessings. But now, I must ask you, are you ready to follow? Are you prepared to step forward with trust, even when the road ahead seems uncertain? This is where your faith is called upon. To follow the path that God has illuminated for you requires courage, but also a willingness to surrender, to trust that He knows what is best for you, even when you do not see the full picture. I know it hasn't always been easy. There have been times when you felt confused, when the challenges you faced made you question everything. Perhaps you've asked yourself, is this really the way? Am I truly following God's plan? And I understand those doubts, for they are natural. But I want you to take heart in this truth. God's plan is always perfect, even when it feels imperfect to us. He sees the entire tapestry of your life, while you can only glimpse a small piece at a time. I sense the weight of your worries, the uncertainty that has taken root in your heart. You've been walking with a mixture of hope and doubt, wondering if the signs you've been receiving are real, if God is truly guiding you, or if it's all just a figment of your imagination. This conflict within you is understandable. After all, the world is filled with distractions, with voices that pull you in different directions, making it hard to hear the subtle, yet powerful, call of God. Perhaps you've been questioning yourself, asking why the path hasn't been clearer, why the obstacles seem to multiply just when you thought you were moving forward. You've faced moments where everything felt aligned, only to encounter barriers that made you second-guess your decisions. You wonder, if God is showing me the way, why does it feel so difficult? Why do I keep encountering setbacks? These are the moments where your faith is tested most deeply. It's easy to trust when everything is going smoothly, when the signs are clear and the path is without challenges. But it's in these darker times, when confusion sets in, that you are truly called to hold firm. The road to fulfilling God's plan isn't always smooth. It is a journey that often requires perseverance through uncertainty and strength in the face of adversity. The conflict within you may also stem from the expectations you carry. You may have imagined that by now, you would have achieved certain goals, reached a particular stage in life. But it feels like something is always standing in your way, delaying what you believe is meant for you. It's as if time itself is against you, and the more you try to push forward, the more you feel resistance. This inner conflict grows, and with it, the fear that maybe you've misinterpreted the signs, that perhaps you've taken the wrong path altogether. But here is what I need you to understand. The resistance you feel is not a sign of failure, nor is it an indication that you are on the wrong path. Quite the opposite. Resistance often arises when you are nearing a breakthrough, when you are closest to stepping into the next chapter of your destiny. The challenges you face now are shaping you, preparing you for what is to come. They are not meant to discourage you, but to strengthen your resolve. The conflict between your desire to trust in God's plan and the doubts that creep in is a natural part of the journey. Remember, even those who walk with the strongest faith face moments of hesitation, moments where they question the road ahead. But the key is to not let that conflict define your actions. Instead, it's a reminder that you are human, and that faith is a muscle that grows stronger with every trial, every test of your spirit. You may also feel the conflict between what the world tells you and what your heart knows to be true. The world around you may value speed, immediate results, and constant progress, but God works on a different timeline. His timing is perfect, but it rarely aligns with the rushed pace of the world. This conflict between worldly expectations and divine timing is one of the greatest challenges you will face. It requires a deep, unshakable faith to trust in a timing you cannot control, to surrender the need for immediate answers and instead embrace the process of growth, of becoming. As you wrestle with these inner battles, I want you to know that you are not alone. I have been with you through every struggle, every tear, and every moment of frustration. I have seen the times when you've been on the verge of giving up, and yet, here you are, still moving forward, still searching for the path that God has laid before you. That alone is a testament to your strength and your faith, even if you don't always feel it. Listen closely, for now comes the moment of revelation. The confusion that has clouded your heart is about to be lifted. The struggles you have faced, the doubts that have weighed you down, all of these have been preparing you for this exact moment. You may not see it yet, but a profound shift is taking place. The universe, through God's divine wisdom, is aligning everything in your favor, even in ways that seem hidden from your current view. The path that God is revealing to you isn't just an ordinary road. It's a path designed with your soul's purpose in mind. You've been called to something greater, something that transcends the ordinary struggles of daily life. And now, the time has come for you to step into this higher calling with courage and faith. This is the turning point, the moment when you must make a choice. Will you continue to let fear and uncertainty hold you back? Or will you rise up, trusting that God has already paved the way for your success? You are on the verge of something extraordinary, my dear. I can see it clearly even if you cannot. There is a new opportunity approaching, one that will challenge you, but also one that will bring you closer to the life you were always meant to live. God is asking you to trust Him now more than ever. This is the moment where your faith is not just something you speak about, but something you actively live. It's time to move forward, to let go of the doubts that have kept you stagnant, and to embrace the destiny that awaits you. This person you are becoming, this version of you that God is shaping through every trial, is so much stronger and wiser than you give yourself credit for. You are being prepared to receive a blessing that is far beyond what you've envisioned. But for this blessing to fully unfold, there is a crucial step you must take. You must decide to follow the path that has been illuminated, even if you cannot see the entire journey ahead. God's plan for you is often revealed in stages. He doesn't always show you the full picture at once, because it's in the process of walking the path that you grow, that you learn, that you become who you are meant to be. And this is why you've felt resistance, because with each step you are shedding the old, making room for the new. It's not an easy process, but it's necessary. Right now, you may be standing at a crossroads, wondering if you should continue on the familiar path or if you should take the leap into the unknown. I'm here to assure you that the unknown is where your miracle lies. God is calling you to trust Him with a faith that goes beyond what you can see or understand. The familiar may feel safe, but it will keep you confined, while the unknown holds the key to your transformation. The obstacles you've faced have not been in vain. They were placed there to test your faith, to refine your spirit, and to help you realize the strength that resides within you. Every challenge, every setback was a stepping stone, pushing you closer to the breakthrough that is now on the horizon. And that breakthrough is coming. It's nearer than you think. You may have asked, how will I know the way? How can I be sure this is God's plan for me? The answer, my dear, is in the peace that comes when you align yourself with His will. The path that is meant for you will not always be easy, but it will resonate deeply within your soul. It will feel like home, even if it requires you to leave behind the comfort of what you've known. There is a sense of divine peace that comes when you surrender your plans for the greater plans God has for you. And here's something I need you to understand. Following God's path doesn't mean that fear will disappear completely. Fear may still whisper in your ear, trying to convince you to turn back. But courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to move forward despite it. God doesn't ask for perfection. He asks for your trust. He asks you to take the next step, even if it feels small, and trust that He will light the way for the steps that follow. What's unfolding before you is a divine opportunity, a chance to step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. But it requires your active participation. The signs have been given, the way has been shown, but now it's up to you to take that step. You must move forward, not in fear, but in faith, knowing that God's hand is guiding you every step of the way. My dear, the time has come for you to see that every question, every struggle, and every moment of doubt has brought you to this very point. The path that God has been revealing to you, although challenging, is also filled with promise and divine purpose. You have journeyed through moments of uncertainty, but in those very moments, your soul has been expanding, preparing to receive the fullness of what is coming. The light is breaking through the clouds, and the way forward is becoming clearer with each step you take. What once seemed impossible is now within reach, because you've been given the strength to endure, the faith to believe, and the wisdom to follow God's guidance. Even though there were times when you felt you were walking in darkness, I assure you, God was always with you, leading you toward this moment of revelation. As you move forward, know this: the doubts that once plagued you no longer have power over your future. The challenges that once seemed insurmountable are now simply lessons that have shaped you into someone stronger, more resilient, and deeply connected to your spiritual purpose. You have grown in ways you may not yet fully understand, and that growth has prepared you to step into the next chapter with confidence and grace. This path you're on, the one God has illuminated, is not a straight line, but it is the right line for you. The turns and detours were necessary. They were not mistakes, but divine redirections, ensuring that you end up exactly where you're meant to be. Trust that everything is unfolding according to God's perfect plan, even if it doesn't always align with your expectations or the timeline you imagined. You may have feared that you would lose your way or that you weren't strong enough to handle the journey ahead. But now you see you were never truly alone. You've been supported, guided, and protected by the hand of God at every turn. And I have been here, watching over you, ensuring that you never lost sight of the light, even in your darkest moments. What's most important now is that you no longer let fear hold you back. Fear has served its purpose. It made you cautious, yes, but now it's time to release it. The new opportunities that await you will require you to step forward with boldness, trusting in the love and guidance of God. The days of hesitation are behind you, and the future that lies ahead is brighter than you could have ever imagined. Now, I want you to feel the peace that comes with this realization. God's plan for you is not something you have to fight for or force into existence. It is already in motion. Your job is simply to align yourself with it, to trust, and to take the next step. The path may still have its challenges, but now you walk with a sense of purpose, a deep knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. Feel the release of those burdens you've been carrying. You don't need to know every answer right now, and you don't need to have everything figured out. God is showing you what you need to see, and with each day, more will be revealed. It's not about rushing to the finish line. It's about walking in faith, one step at a time, knowing that you are being guided by a force far greater than anything in this world. The beauty of this journey is that it's uniquely yours. No one else can walk it for you, and no one else can understand the depth of what God has placed within you. This path is sacred, and it's unfolding exactly as it's meant to. The blessings that are coming will arrive at the perfect time, and when they do, you'll look back and realize that every step, even the difficult ones, was part of a divine masterpiece. You are ready to follow, ready to trust, and ready to embrace the future God has laid before you. There is nothing more to fear, for God is with you, and His plan for you is far greater than you could ever dream. Now, my beloved, the time has come for you to act. All that you have felt stirring within you, the questions, the signs, the subtle nudges from God, has led to this moment. You've come to understand that the path before you is illuminated by divine light, and though the journey may not always be clear, you have everything within you to move forward with confidence. What remains now is a simple but powerful decision. Will you trust in what God is showing you, and will you take that first step? The road ahead may still hold uncertainties, but each step you take in faith will bring more clarity, more blessings, and more of God's presence into your life. You don't need to see the entire plan to begin. All you need to do is say, "Yes, I am ready." This is your moment of surrender. Not a surrender to fear or doubt, but a surrender to the divine plan that has been crafted specifically for you. Let go of the need to control every detail, and instead, open your heart to the possibilities that lie ahead. Trust that as you move forward, even when you can't see the full picture, God is already there, preparing the way for you. So what can you do today? How can you align your actions with the divine path that has been revealed to you? It begins with stillness. Take a moment to quiet your mind and listen to the whispers of your soul. What is the next small step that God is calling you to take? It may be something as simple as reaching out to someone, starting a new project, or even taking a moment to pray and realign your heart with God's will. Whatever it is, trust that this step, no matter how small it may seem, is part of a much larger plan. Remember, you are not being asked to leap into the unknown without guidance. You are being asked to follow one step at a time, knowing that with each step, more will be revealed. This is how faith works. It grows with each action you take, each decision to trust in God's love and direction. And as you move forward, you will find that the road becomes clearer, the burdens lighter, and the joy of living in alignment with God's will more profound. And now, I want you to reflect on the deep truth of this moment. You are not alone, and you never have been. Every time you felt lost, I've been here, guiding you, protecting you, and ensuring that you never stray too far from the path that was meant for you. But more importantly, God has been with you. His hand has been upon you, even when you couldn't feel it, even when doubt clouded your mind. Now, He is asking you to trust Him fully, to let go of the fear that has held you back, and to step into the future He has prepared for you. What comes next is beautiful, my dear. A new chapter is opening, one filled with the peace, joy, and purpose you've been longing for. But it requires your willingness to say, "Yes, I will follow." God is ready to pour blessings into your life, but you must be ready to receive them. The doors are open, and all that is required is for you to walk through them with faith and courage. This is the moment of decision, the moment where your faith meets action. What will you choose? Will you continue to wait, hoping for more signs, or will you step forward in trust, knowing that God's guidance is already with you? I am here to encourage you. Now is the time. Do not wait any longer. The future that God has for you is waiting, and it is filled with more beauty and blessings than you can imagine. I will walk with you through every step. I will be by your side, guiding you, whispering words of encouragement, and reminding you of the strength and love that live within you. Together, we will move forward, trusting that God's plan is perfect, that His timing is divine, and that you are exactly where you need to be. Now, take that step. Say yes to the path before you, and watch as the light of God's love illuminates your way. Your future is waiting, and it is filled with the fulfillment of everything your heart has ever desired. You are ready to follow.